Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to WolfQuest. Now that Mousy and Bumble's journey is over, we're going to be diving back into the hive as one of their kids. So in the last episode, I asked you guys which one of their pups you would like to see first, which one of their stories we should follow, and I was kind of surprised that most of you actually chose Honey. So Honey was the only female pup remaining. Unfortunately, her sister Daisy was stolen away by the enemy wolves. But that didn't stop her love for adventure, and Honey was known as being one of the most easily distracted pups in the litter. She was always going off on her own little adventures, trying to find new places to explore. So I thought it would be fun if, for her story, we go to a different part of this game that we haven't experienced yet. The Lost River is a separate expansion for WolfQuest, I guess. And it takes us to this old abandoned city, and I think that would be perfect for Honey to go exploring in. There's probably lots of different artifacts and ruins that she can get her paws into, and it sounds like just the sort of adventure she'd be looking for before she thinks about settling down. I thought it would be extra fitting too because there are so many exploration-based achievements in this game, so I guess that's going to be Honey's goal. Finding every last one of those achievements in the world that we need to explore to find. So this right here is going to be Honey. I chose a coat that had a little bit of a darker back to it because I wanted to show off Mousy's influence. B, of course. I think if we click over here we can see him. He had a bit of a smoother coat, and I guess it was a little bit more on the brown side. So Honey has a bit of a more classic look to her, I guess, just like Mousy did, but she's keeping those honey colors, of course. And I like how she has those honey-colored eyes. Now, one thing that I didn't check out in our previous series was the abilities of our wolf. So apparently we can change the strength, stamina, and speed. We can tweak these a little bit to make them unique. And I was thinking since Honey is going to be exploring the world, she would probably need quite a bit of stamina, so maybe we should consider upping this a little bit. Oh, and it brings down the speed when we bring up her stamina. Well, then we're going to want to be a little bit careful about that, aren't we? Maybe just by like 10%. Hopefully that's not going to decrease her speed too much that she won't be able to like chase after her prey. That would make it pretty hard for her to survive. And strength. Should we change this at all? Well, that changes both of the bars, and it also seems to affect her height. Oh my gosh, it makes her smaller if she's weaker? Well, that makes sense. Maybe that would help us just pick up her speed a tiny, tiny bit. I don't want to make her too weak, of course. That would make it hard for her to survive too, and probably even harder for her to raise her pups once we do go back to the main game. But I guess this would be a pretty rounded way for us to start her story, and we can always adjust if needed. I'm not sure what the body type does. Oh, it gives us different options for ears. We'd have notched ears, torn ears, bent ears. Oh my gosh, how adorable. Of course she's turning around as we're clicking these, so they're kind of hard to see. There's even radio collars, and a limpy little leg too. Oh, the poor thing. Well, I don't think Honey has to worry about getting hurt just yet. She hasn't even started her adventure. I can definitely see the torn ears going to some of her siblings though, maybe Daisy or Buzz. Yeah, I think Honey could probably do with just the normal accessories for now. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what the Lost River is going to look like. I'm super excited to see this place. I haven't loaded it up before. And it will be nice to explore all of these different areas before the game updates. I'm sure you guys are just as excited about WolfQuest 3 as I am. You are a 2-year-old gray wolf born in the mountains of the American West. Your parents once lived in Yellowstone National Park, but they wandered out of the park one day and never went back. Now you've left them to find your own home. You've entered a new valley across the range. There's strange scents here, but none remind you of humans, so you decide to explore and hunt some elk. You might also try to find a mate to keep you company. Alright, so this is the Lost River. And I think I also see what might just be one of our very first achievements too. I have them all written down in front of me, so hopefully we'll be able to find them all. Alright, Honey. Oh my gosh, look at this wide world that you have to explore. Maybe we should take a look at the map first, just to kind of get our bearings. So we're starting way up here at the top of the map. It looks like we do have some enemy packs around here too. Not technically enemy packs. I guess we haven't gotten to know them yet. Maybe they're friendly. Maybe we can find a little friend to travel with. And we have 2 hunting grounds as well. One up here and one inside the city, it looks like. I think this down here is the city that we're really looking for. These are probably the ruins that drew Honey here in the first place. I suppose if we follow the pathway, we could probably make it straight to the city itself, but I feel like we might want to take a quick pit stop over here at this hunting ground first. And then maybe we can take a little bit of time to explore the other wolf pack as well. So I think that should be off this way. But first, what are you leaving behind here, Honey? Anything for us to take a look at? It looks like there really isn't too much here aside from tons and tons of mountains. It must have been a pretty hard journey for her. Oh geez. And I don't think we can go that way either. Okay. No turning back now, Honey. You've made it this far. Of course you wouldn't want to turn back now. I think I saw something over this way. Yeah, off in the distance, you can see what looks to be a tiny little cabin. So let's go investigate that place first. I wonder if that's actually where the elk hunting ground is? It seems like it's going to be awfully close to this place, and now we're actually not in the mountains anymore, so it should be much, much easier for Honey to get around. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the pathway. It sounds like humans used to live here, but they're certainly not around anymore, so she won't have to worry about any humans coming out to shoo her away from their home. Yeah, look at this place. It's a completely abandoned cabin in the woods. Can we go inside? Oh my gosh, this thing is cute. No, it looks like we can't go up the stairs. But imagine all the smells that Honey must be picking up right now. Strange scents that she's never experienced before. It's probably igniting that spark of interest to go seek out the ruins after all. So there's nothing... Oh, there we go. We can go up the stairs here. There's nothing for us to pick up as far as achievements go in this place, but she is raring to find those ruins now. Now she has caught the scent of adventure. So the wolf pack is about in this direction. Oh, and I thought those grasses up there, I thought that was actually like a cougar or something. I wonder how easy it's going to be for the elk to blend in here. Well, the herd should be off this way. I wonder if we can see them if we look over the valley like this. It's a pretty gorgeous territory in all honesty. Yeah, this is definitely where the elk hunting ground is. Usually if we look in the sky for the birds, that'll tell us where the herd is roaming. But at the moment, Honey is not exactly looking high enough to help us. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, there we go. Is that a bear? Oh my goodness, Honey. There's bears out here in these woods. It looks like it may have taken one of the carcasses too. That reminds me, we should probably spend some time sniffing around. The only question is, which button was it? There we go, our very first achievement, use our scent view. That is definitely a bear, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's not giving off a very strong scent. There it is, a grizzly bear. And it is definitely eating from that carcass, so we are going to steer clear. No need to try to steal a meal from a grizzly bear of all things. I think we could probably catch our own. The only question is, are we going to run straight into the grizzly bear while we're chasing this elk? We're going to have to be pretty careful, Honey. There's the elk. So catching one of these should give you enough stamina to hopefully make your way all the way to the ruins. We just have to pick off the right elk. Now, which one of these is going to run when we start chasing? There we go. I think one is already running in the back. Yes, excellent. We've already sent them scattering. Straight toward the cliff sides, too. Oh, this is perfect, Honey. You should be able to land in a few good bites. Oh, no, wait, they're climbing? Oh, this is not what I wanted. I thought they were going to turn around. Well, at least we know we're going pretty far away from the grizzly bear. We're sending the elk in the right direction. But I think you're going to have to rest again, Honey. All right, take a very quick rest. We're going to watch that elk to make sure she doesn't go back to her family. You know, we're probably chasing her straight toward the enemy wolves, too. I just realized that. We're going away from the bear, but we're going toward the wolf pack. All right, hopefully you can take this down quickly then. Since she is a little bit weaker than her father, I guess it's going to take her longer to hunt. That's probably another good reason for her to seek out a friend to help her out in this journey. Maybe somebody else who's just as curious about finding whatever may lie in the ruins ahead. Oh my goodness, Miss Elk, you are making me dizzy here. Up and down again. Well, at least we've got her cornered now. Just a couple more hits ought to do the trick. I think since she doesn't have anyone helping her, she's just gonna have to go in for the kill. Hopefully she'll be able to take care of it before she gets too hurt. Oh, honey, you definitely need somebody helping you. But there's your very first kill. So go ahead and fill up, heal up all of that damage that you took, and hopefully this will be enough to tie you over until we get to the next elk hunting ground. So let's see if we can figure out where the enemy wolves are now, where the pack is, straight ahead. So I think Honey would be feeling a little bit curious by now. Let's have her wander off this way, and we'll see if she can discover anybody to talk to. Anybody who might know a little bit more about this mysterious place that she wants to visit. I'm guessing they're probably just over that hill, since this seems to be where the elk herd is living. They actually have a pretty good home, I guess, right next to an elk hunting ground. Oh, there we go. And we are apparently the rank of a newborn now, honey. A newborn starting your very first journey. Alright, so now we are officially inside the wolf territory. Gotta keep your wits about you, honey. Just because you're here for friendly reasons doesn't mean that the other wolves are going to think you are. So you have to be super, super careful. We might as well go into our smelling vision. Ooh, what's that? There's like a plume of blue smoke out there? Oh, I've never seen that before. I wonder if that has anything to do with the ruins too? I mean, the grizzly bear's scent was that blue marker, and I hope that's not another grizzly bear off in the distance. We're gonna have to be careful. But after we find somebody to travel around with, I think I'm gonna go in that direction. The purple scent markers, the purple plumes of smoke, are always for the elk carcasses. So I'm not sure what that could possibly be. Oh, I love this little plateau, though. Oh, this would be a great place to just gaze over the land. Is that... Ooh, that might be something different. That's not the house that we were at before. That definitely doesn't seem to be a little cabin. In fact, it looks like it might be a trailer. And if that is, I think that's one of the achievements that we need. Alright, honey, a little detour, but you are a very easily distracted wolf, so this probably comes as no surprise. Yes, that is definitely a trailer. A little RV. So it looks like somebody abandoned this out here. Home on the range. Visit the abandoned camper in Lost River. So our very first Lost River exploration achievement. Yet another interesting scent for Honey to take in, and to inspire her to search out for more of this stuff all around the world. So this wolf pack is actually keeping this behind their territory, I think. How close are we to them? Yeah, it's basically right to the side of their territory and right at the end of this little pathway that leads all the way to the city too. So if there were ever a place for you to find somebody to travel with you to the ruins, I think it would definitely be at this pack. It seems like they have quite the interest in old artifacts as well. They are a bit elusive out here though. They are a little bit harder for us to track down than Mousy was for your father. Though granted, he had his fair share of troubles too. Mousy was also quite shy when he first met her. Let me know if you guys have any ideas as far as what we should name our traveling buddy. I wouldn't really think of them as a mate to Honey. I know that's what the game said, but I don't think she's ready to settle down just yet. She just wants somebody to keep her company. And I think in the next episode, that's exactly where we'll pick up her journey. We'll see if we can find anybody hiding around this place. This seems like the perfect place for us to meet another wolf, doesn't it? You would expect somebody to be right up on top of this hill, just gazing down at the land, making sure there's no intruders. Maybe if we do a little bit of sniffing, we can find them? Nope, it still seems pretty quiet out here. The only thing I can really see are those plumes of smoke in the distance. And there are quite a few carcasses, to be honest. I wonder if they've recently gone hunting? I'm still really curious about that blue smoke, though. Maybe it'll lead us toward Honey's next big discovery. So I hope you guys are looking forward to all of the stories to follow in Honey's hunt. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!